So share it with your teams, tag them in the stream. Awesome. All right, well, it's 9:02. So in an endeavour to honour everybody's time on a precious Saturday morning, heading into mid-morning, almost afternoon in New Zealand. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our monthly success training webinar. And it's lovely to see so many people jumping on. I know your Saturday mornings are important to you, and we aim to bring you a lot of value out of these monthly calls. So for those of you I've yet to have the privilege to meet, my name is Pamela Ferry, and I'm your Vice President of the Pacific region. So Australia, New Zealand, and soon to be the Philippines, which is super exciting. Please welcome down at home, not in her normal bunker in the sauna. I think you're in the house today, Ange. Welcome our Assistant Market Support Manager, Ange Parkey. Welcome, Ange. Thank you for being here on a Saturday morning. I know it's crazy in your house, being the soccer driving mum that you are. Yep, still managing to juggle an amazing career.
It's dad duties today. He's gone. He's the netball dad today.
Yeah, you're probably like, yes, I've got the excuse. I've got to go to work.
I'm good with that.
Well, welcome, Ange. Claire, welcome our market manager for Australia and New Zealand. So Claire, you're welcome. Claire was recently promoted, and we're super excited about that. Claire's doing an awesome job partnering with all of you across Australia and New Zealand as we take these markets to great heights. So Claire and I are together. We are down in Melbourne, and we have some workshops going on with some of the teams down here today. So that's where we are. So thank you for being here. Oh, it's good to see. We've got lots of people jumping on. Welcome, everybody. Looks like we've got people from all across different parts of Australia and some Kiwis jumping on. Welcome. Okay, this morning we have listened to your feedback, and a lot of you have been talking to us about how you have transitioned over the past 12 months, oh gosh, it's even longer now, working more predominantly online and working out your best strategies and ways to optimize your precious time when you're building online, so that you're not spending, a lot of time just dumping messages on people and getting people sort of in a way that's maybe not as seamless and has so much success, and we know we need to be careful on social media that we don't spam people and get shut down, because we know that can happen as well. So really, I know a lot of you are looking for ways really just to work more effectively across social media, how to have impact on social media, how to be a person of influence on social media, how to bring joy to social media, because goodness knows we get a lot of rabbit holes right now on social media, which, of course, we want to be informed. We also know that social media, the word social, we want to enjoy, have fun, bring vibrancy into people's lives. And so all of those aspects have become really, really important. And I know from us looking at, I know Ange does a lot of scanning of social media, especially, and she looks after our Australia and New Zealand page. We do get a lot of feedback. We know some of you have, run into some issues around how you're promoting on social media. And really, we just want to help you all to have more impact and to know how, in essence, to fast track getting results through building an online business or a home-based business via social media. So today we wanted to bring in an expert in the area. And we made it a surprise because we just wanted to build a little bit of fun around it. And we're really, really thrilled to have our PRO8 Martene Wallace with us this morning. And Martene is on the road somewhere, undisclosed location, somewhere divine in Australia. I mean, every spot just looks amazing. But I just love this because the momentum and the speed and the absolute brilliance of our new team here in Australia and New Zealand now is quite incredible, and it really, really just shows the power that you can do this business anywhere. There is no excuse. It doesn't matter if you're in a town of 20 people, if you're on the road in a van with 3 kids, camping out in remote locations, if you're in a city of 4 or 6 million people, you can build this business if you choose to do it. It's all there for you. So I'm going to hand over now, Martene. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. And we're really looking forward to some powerful words of wisdom, no pressure, or maybe a little bit of pressure, on how perhaps you build on, I love the way you build on social media. It's very visual, which I think sometimes people have moved away from. And I know for me, I look forward to photos of families and locations and, just not trailer long stories of too much, because we get so much of that. And I love the way that you create intrigue, you create interest without being heavy. And so, or that pressure, because it's so unattractive on social media when someone's like, really being heavy about a business thing, because we kind of get the eye roll going. That's like, here we go again. We're here to enjoy, and someone's really smashing us to join, a business. So we really want to learn from you today and share with all of our friends on the call. What are you doing? How do you do it? What are some of your top tips for getting successful results building on a digital platform? Please welcome Martene Wallace.
Thank you, ladies. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I've got 40 minutes, and in a nutshell, there is a shit ton to get through. So I'm going to give you a crash course in social media, and then some core fundamentals that are important around building your business. I'm going to share what I do. And before I get started, a couple of things I want to start is there is many paths that lead up the mountain. What I'm going to tell you is what I do and what has worked for me. It doesn't mean that it's the only way to do things. And I've made a PowerPoint to keep me on track because there is a lot to cover. I'm hoping it makes sense. So we actually surprised my mum yesterday. We drove from Jindabyne to northern New South Wales, and she has an open house this morning. So let me know in the comments of the chat, or whether you're watching live or the replay, where in the world are you coming in from? And if you have an aha moment or anything that is of value, please drop it in the comments and share, because it helps other people, learn from things that maybe they didn't see or observe or think of. Okay, so today is going to be all about social media. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about me first, because I have been head down, bum up, working, traveling. And, for me, this is all about flexibility, doing it on my own terms. But I want to give you a bit of my story so you can understand where I've come from. And basically, I've made every mistake to make in this business. So if you are doing some of the things that maybe you go, as I share stories or share some learnings, and you're like, oh shit, I do that, it's okay. I was spammy Sue from way back in the beginning because I was excited, passionate, and just didn't have the skill set yet. So basically, you can be whatever you want to be. I change my title all the time, and currently I'm a rule changer, digital gypsy, speaker, photographer, travel vlogger. Now, I don't have any formal qualifications in most of those areas, but I just decided that that is who I am and what I want to be. So I do it. I would encourage you to do the same. So today I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my story, social media basics, and then literally 6 figures a year in 2 hours a day from your smartphone. And then growing your network on social media and Facebook groups. This is a hack that is worth millions. It's so simple. Anyone can do it. And it is something that is pretty incredible. Now, my story is I've been in network marketing 7.5 years. I joined LifeVantage November 20 last year. The simplicity, the affordability, and the efficacy, I could go on for days. I won't. I will keep it on social media. But I just want you to know before I go in, yes, we've created massive levels of success. It wasn't always like that. And I wanted to show a bit of the reality. We moved back from New Zealand about 6.5 years ago. We didn't have any money. I had to borrow $3,000 off my mum to buy this shitty car. It also had a sunroof. When I would drive along, it would rain and the kids would get wet, and they'd be like, Mum, we're getting wet. And they would have to hold up a towel. Add to this, I had a lot of debt, was not in a good place. And 200,000 of that was from a fraudulent business deal that the guy actually ended up going to jail from. That was my rock bottom. My wishes for you is to not wait till you're in that position to need to actually grow and build and do something. And now we make our own rules. So it's been an evolution. That's me at the top. How cute am I? Had a little necklace and all. I've also spoken at GoPro 5 times. So I walk the walk, talk the talk, and now that's in my caravan. That's my current office because I choose. So a little bit about my background in my thoughts of network marketing. I thought it was people couldn't get jobs. I actually felt sorry for anyone involved and thought it was people couldn't get jobs. I'm not alone. That's what most of the public think about network marketing. So when you're showing up on social media, you need to put yourself back in the position of those people that aren't in yet. They're not excited. They don't get it. They just think you've joined some cult and probably feel sorry for you. My background's in health. I was a registered nurse. I worked in public health for 15 years, worked as a nurse manager, CNS, CNC, nearly had my master's done. And the turning point was when I missed my son's first birthday. I was rostered on an evening shift, missed it. And that's when I realized that if nothing changed, I would be in the exact same position over the next 20 and 40 years. Originally, I built this old school. I built in-home. I have done more presentations than probably most people on the planet. I would do 8 or 10 over a weekend. I would drive 7 hours to do a presentation. I sacrificed for 3 or 4 years and I missed out on so much stuff with my kids. I am so grateful we made the transition about 4 years ago to building online, and then we still come together for events and community. And the big reason that I wanted to run with this is because I wanted to retire my mum and I wanted to teach my kids history, geography, and culture through experiencing it. So we now do that. My kids have been to 19 countries. We've been traveling full time for 16 months. And literally, I have been doing it from my phone more than my laptop for the last probably 3 years. I have not done a presentation. I couldn't even do a presentation in LifeVantage. That's the honest reality. We had Amy and Grandy do one and we just tag and we use that. I've shared my story, but I can't even do a presentation. I don't even have the slides. And it's all done using social media, because what I've learned over the years is duplication, simplicity. Now, online versus offline. Now, I know that some of you, because I used to be the same, will be like, oh, I can't do it online. I'm too young, I'm too old, whatever. You actually can. We have people in our team from all demographics, all walk of life, some that pretty much can only invite to a Facebook group and tag people. And this particular lady I'm talking about, she earned $1,200 last month. So it is doable if you have the infrastructure in place. Why? Now, there's also, if you want to build in person, absolutely, you can do that. I'm going to talk about social media and why I love it. I used to be, oh no, it's got to be in person. It actually doesn't. Okay, it enables you to reach people that you would never meet otherwise. Flexibility, leverage, and it means that you actually can earn 6 figures in 2 hours per day. People are craving community and connection, and regardless of how you do this, the most important part of network marketing is relationships. That's what it's about. Okay, some basics. First of all, why should you listen to me? Well, one, we have a social media following combined of around 38,000. Last month, I had a look this morning. We've reached over 200,000 people across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube through our, that's not including my personal page, and I get quite good reach and engagement on that on Facebook. We've grown our Facebook group to, it should hit 19,000 this weekend. And we started that group in December this year. Previously, we've grown groups, a combination of groups up to 70,000, and we have made a lot of money because we've helped a lot of people in network marketing, and we have made multiple 7 figures in our time, and very, very grateful for that. Okay. Now, let's do a quick resume check. I have here on the screen, this is my personal page. So if you're on your computer, if not, come back, watch the replay, sit with your computer and your phone. I want you to go and have a look at your Facebook profile. Now, if you have an animal picture, a flower, a cartoon, you need to go and put a picture of your face Preferably so they can see you. And you can see I have a hot pink jumper on, because if you look at all the comments when you're commenting in groups or responding back to people, you want something visual that you can see. My one prior to this, and I think if you click it and go through, you'll be able to see I have a black dress on and I have a bright blue background. So I always stand out. So you need to find your version of that, but being visible, it needs to be a headshot, because what happens is, when you're connecting with people, and I'm going to give you a pretty much, I don't know, it's like the jackpot, the golden nugget of finding people on social media. They're going to come here and they're going to judge you. They judge you within seconds. I know I do. And I don't even, if I get a friend request and I have thousands sitting in there, if someone doesn't message me, I ignore them, because I get too many, lots of strange men from international countries, like all sorts. So it is crowded. There is billions of people on there. So why would someone want to connect with you? Now, I'm all about intrigue. I'm not the whole kimono. Think of your first date. Do you go on the first date and go, oh my God, I love you. I want to have sex with you. I want you to have all my children. No, way too much. So it's curiosity. You don't want to show your whole kimono straight up. So you will find it very hard to figure out what I actually do. You will have to go digging very, very deep. And had you not known, you probably can't figure it out. Now, why do I do that? Because I want them to message me and ask me, what do I do? Now, I've got there, your bio is important. So I put rule changer, and then I help empower women through the society. I'm a leadership coach, full-time Jitsi, and content creator. Now, you can go and put network marketing professional. Most people hate them and they will not want to be friends with you because they've had a bad experience, or people have spammed them, or maybe they've heard or listened to the media. Who knows? But absolutely, people will come and they will judge you in an instant and decide if they want to be your friend. It is the same and all platforms. First impressions do matter. Now, if you're not sure, go and ask people and go and have a look at my profile and tell me, what do you think, what do you think I do? Go and ask for honest feedback from people and use discernment. Who would you take advice from? That's massive in all areas of life, and get that feedback. Don't take it personally if they say, oh my God, you look like a spammer. Take it on board, because it means that you can actually change and appreciate it for them being honest with you. Okay, so opportunity to grow. I'm all about travel. I hadn't been anywhere outside of Australia or New Zealand until I was 31. I know you probably think that I look 31 right now. No, I'm not. I'm actually 40 this year. And I've now been to 26 countries because of network marketing. Is pretty epic. So my whole mission is to inspire people to actually live, not just exist. And many years working in the ICU department taught me that. Now, this is my Martene Wallace page, which I'm very slack. The last few months I've been being consistent with, but this next 12 months, I'm actually putting a lot of time into building this. And basically for me, it's about travel, it's about business, it's about mindset. So I use Instagram because, one, it's better story features. But two, when I post a story from Instagram, it goes automatically to my Facebook. Now, when you look at this, when you go and look at yours, who are you? What are you passionate about? We are not the company. Now, I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying that, but we are not LifeVantage. We are humans. We are people. And people will join you, not a product. That's the reality. People join you. All right. Now, this is our travel page. We have a decent following here. We're not as consistent as we should be. Hashtags make a huge difference. Reels, I say, and I've got it in a slide, but pick one platform, get good at it first, and then you can move into other platforms. And, you need to upskill. In this, social media is a skill. It does take time. However, the leverage is phenomenal. So what is your passion and how can you add value to the lives of others? Now, this is our Facebook business page. This goes ballistic. The travel, people just share it. They go crazy. And we aren't consistent as we should be. However, The good thing about the business page is you can actually track how many people that you're reaching. So they're our platforms. Recently, we have started YouTube. We have 4 videos. We have 400 subscribers, or 473. So if you feel you've mastered Facebook, and I know that's what most people use, that's where I spend most of my time. But I actually want to create a digital legacy for my kids. And, you know, if you're not posting and showing up, or you're afraid to share bits of you, like when we die, that's what our family, our kids and their grandkids, they can actually go back and read. My grandparents traveled Australia when they were around my age. I would love to be able to go and watch all and read and get to know them. So it's also a digital legacy. And I want my kids to be able to watch, you know, the next couple of years of our travels. So we are creating a YouTube channel. Don't be afraid to suck. I've never naturally been good at anything, but I will outwork most humans on the planet. And, you know, the best ideas haven't been thought of yet. So watch this space. Okay, so 2 hours a day to 6 figures, all from your phone, using social media. I used to hear this being said and I was like, oh yeah, righto, as if. But now that I'm in LifeVantage and we have the system and we have everything that we need, the simplicity, unity around products that works, it's affordable, retention, we have people doing it. We have people making, you know, the equivalent of, we haven't been in 12 months yet. Oh, there goes the car alarm. Okay, so let's look at finding people online platforms. There's a ton. Pick one, get good at it, then you can branch into another. Mattai, can you go and turn the car off? Okay, so always be in action, but the key is attraction. Think about that for a minute. If you've got to force and you've got to push and you're always like hustling and you make this look hard and you're stressed, everyone around you, they're not going to want to join you. Like, because if it's hard, like most people are stressed and overwhelmed as it is, if you make this look really hard and, you know, you're forcing it all the time, people are not going to want to be around you from a business perspective or want to do what you do. And how do I know that? Because that was me for the first 3 years of my network marketing journey. All right. Regardless of whether you're social media, when you're showing up online, whatever you are doing, who are you being when you're doing? Because energy is everything. And it's about showing up as the best version of you and loving yourself through all the mess. Mindset is everything. Now, if you're struggling, you're in your business, maybe it's plateaued, maybe it's gone backwards. I've had that happen many times over the last 7 years. It is like this. It's no business is like that. Anyone that says that, if they haven't been through the dip yet, I guarantee it's coming, because we've got to grow into who we need to be. So as you're showing up online in your community, however you do this, if you aren't fully committed or all in, or you're saying, well, if I don't make this by this time, well, then, you know, I'm not going to do it anymore. If this doesn't happen, like, I wouldn't join you. If you aren't fully committed or all in, you're going to really struggle to find other people who are. If you're kind of doing it or you're going to try, I wouldn't join you. You're going to struggle to find people like me. We attract who we are. I find people that are all in, that are committed. I have a new lady that joined, I don't know if she's even been in a week, and she just texted me. She's like, oh my God, I earned $418 and something. This is the best. She already has a share. I've done nothing for her except plug her in, tag her in one 15-minute video, and she is ITTing her face off, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Storytelling, or what I call story selling, is proven that people are 22% more likely to pay attention and remember. So I'm all about telling the stories. I'm going to give you my simple framework to do that. And think about who you joined. Why did you join? It's very important. Okay. Be a good human. And it's not about how many we get, it's how many we keep. All right, social stories. Facebook's all about stories. And stories are a great way with polls to create engagement. And I'm not going to go into the technical. Google, YouTube, if you don't know how to do something, it's brilliant. Pretty much you can find anything out in the world. But, you know, doing polls for engagement. I put a story sequence up last night. If you want to go and have a look of a really basic story sequence, I did it purely so that people could see it in motion and people click on the poll. I've already had 2 people last night wanting information on how it works. And I'm going to talk you through what I did. I'm also going to show you how in 15 minutes I had 30 new contacts on using Facebook. Okay, so they get you more attention, not necessarily engagement. What I love about stories is you can actually go in and see everyone who's watching your stories. And if you have people that are watching them every single month, go look at their stuff, go engage back, go get to know them. And yes, it's behind the scenes. So if you want more engagement, give more engagement. Want more love, give love. Want more appreciation, give more appreciation. It's like everything in life. Whatever you want more of, give more of it. The law of receptivity. This is magic, so simple, but so many people miss the point. Okay, when you're doing the stories, show your life. Let people in so they know you. Don't let it be a highlight reel. When I get on there, and so recently, particularly on a travel page, it's very highlight. We had the traumatic process of having to put our dog down, who was 15. He was our firstborn child. We had to FaceTime, makes me cry even thinking about it. We had to FaceTime him as he was just about to be put down. And I was like, okay, I don't really want to do this, but I need to let people in. Because everything I'm teaching you, I do myself. This isn't just me sitting on my perch training you. This is what I actually do. And I just shared my heart and about people to forgive people, tell them you love them. You never know when you'll get to see, you know, the people and the pets in your life. You know, we don't know when it's all over. So, and I'm not saying you got to get on and cry, but that went through the roof. But people got to know a different side of me. And that connection keeps going. It might be celebrating the wins, or, you know, you might have a hater. If I ever have a rant, and I don't get many these days, but if I ever have a rant, they go viral. Like people love it. If I ever share my fails, people love it because everyone thinks it's easy for me, but it's just, I've been doing it so long that I've built that muscle so strong. So share the mess. Share the good parts, be honest, like the truth is always enough. Share your perspective. If people know you, like you, and trust you, they might be open to wanting to do business with you. And this is how you'll attract the people that you want to work with. Like attracts like. Now, if you're attracting people into your business that are maybe a bit of a nightmare, well, then you got to grow and level up, because we attract who we are. Who I recruit now compared to the people I used to recruit when I started. And in the beginning for me, mate, heart rate and a credit card, you were in, let's go, who do you know? So there's nothing wrong with that, you know, and I still have some of my family members and closest friends working alongside me today. Now, look how cute I am. That's about 7 years ago presenting. Feel the fear and do it anyway. If you need to go live, if you need to do a story, don't even worry about the engagement. Just do it for the sake of doing it, to grow that muscle. Prepare, write a few notes, whatever you have to do. Now, we talk about getting out of our comfort zone, but we always stay in our value zone. So we don't want you to do anything ever out of integrity. That's what gives network marketing a bad name. There is enough people doing that. We do not need anyone else doing that. So literally, we do it with integrity. We come from a place of how we can genuinely help people bring value and joy to their life, maybe help them learn, think, asking questions, but literally embrace it. Live your version of out loud, letting people in, and just try things. Don't be afraid to try new things. It's never a failure. You're just going to learn. And I face plant often, but you know what? Whenever I face plant, they're the lessons that usually are the most effective. And people need to know how you can help them. So that daily learning and daily action equals consistency. So your 2 hours a day needs to be income producing activities, not in the scroll hole. That does not count. That is not an income producing activity. Mentoring, coaching, that should not count in your personal production for your income producing activities. Now, something that you need to be really important, how you're showing up, what you're doing. If you are posting lots of generic company things, you'll see on my profile, I don't post any, because I want people to come to me and I want them to ask me. I don't want them to go to Google and see that unhappy lady that wrote the liver article. I want to give them the information. I don't want them Googling, is network marketing a scam, online business? No, I want them coming to me. I want to be giving them the information. So I create so much curiosity, so much intrigue. I do at least 3 story sequences a week with polls, sharing stories, successes, whether it's product stories, whether it is business. I focus mainly on business and opportunity, but I will share some product transformations as well. And I've got an example of that coming up. But what you need to know and what is so important is the training for the people that you are attracting and finding starts from when you first make contact with them. Whatever you do to them, for them, they are thinking and deciding if they want to do this to their family, to their friends, and the people that they don't know yet. And is what you're doing going to be able to be done by them? So everyone that you're talking to, regardless of whether it's online, whether they're already in your Facebook group, already in your team, they're thinking, does it work? Will you help me? Can I do it? They're the 3 things in their head that are going around and round. I don't know.
No, Nan told me to go get it.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the joys of living in a caravan. No, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about ITT and follow-up. This is LifeVantage system, and it is seriously the best thing since sliced bread. If you are not ITTing your face off with your team, you are missing out big time on impact, on income, and creating momentum. So invite, tag, team. How simple is that? My mum can even do this, and that's what I love the most. And this is why my new girl, Alyssa, she's in my story sequence. She has made like $400 already. She's got a share, so that'll be another 150, 200, who knows? But how bloody magic is that? In her first week, she's in for life now. Okay, attracting people, value. What does that mean? Helping people solve problems. Health related, financial, community. Community is huge. A lot of people are, even though we're more connected than ever with social media, they feel more isolated, disconnected, comparing. So creating a community is everything. Mindset, self-love, self-worth, travel, skin, entertainment, tips for being able to do anything better. And like literally, you just go to Google. Look some stuff up, go follow some people who inspire you, draw inspiration from their stuff. If you copy it completely, give credit. But if you just take a bit here and there, go and literally put your spin on it. What have you learned? What's your experience from it? Okay, here's an idea of a curiosity post. This is part of our getting started training for a new person. So excited for a new adventure, cannot wait to see what unfolds. Watch this space. Again, we're creating intrigue. We are not sharing our whole kimono, leaving a bit to the imagination. This is, one of the smartest things you'll do. Okay, embracing change is scary, but not as scary as staying exactly where I am. And then here is another couple of examples. I'm not a fan of scripts. I like a guide. Use your own words. Don't copy and paste stuff. That's why so many people hate network marketers too. Use it as a guide, but be you. Like my words you'll read, you can tell I'm writing that. And, some people, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And I'm quite happy with that. I don't want to be everything to everyone. I'm me. And people usually love me or loathe me. There's not usually a middle ground. And I'm completely okay with that because I like myself. All right, now let me move this. Okay, so what I would recommend as a minimum is posting once per day on Facebook and Instagram. Now, I don't post the exact same thing on the same day because then what's the point? But you can repurpose and mix content up. A lot of people don't see most of your content anyway. So you should be like reusing and mixing and matching content all the time. Now, you only need to be consistent for a year on Facebook in content, and then life is good. Every day I go to my Facebook memories. I look, okay, I laugh when I read something. It's a great thing to see how far you've come and how your perspective or mindset has grown and changed. And, you know, I love seeing how my posts of night duty hurts, and it makes me grateful. I never have to do a night shift again unless I choose to. But you can go and take, okay, I'm like, oh, awesome. And I'll take the bits and whatever feels right. And then I'll write a story about that. Posting times do matter. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Most people are online then. And go and engage 10 minutes on other people's stuff. And if everyone who's commenting and liking your photos is in LifeVantage and you're in group chats with everyone in LifeVantage, that's all who's going to be seeing your feed. You actually can go in and separate your friends and go and comment and engage on people's posts who aren't in the business. Still love and support your team, but you need to be growing your network. You need to be commenting and engaging on people outside of your organization, or you're not growing your network. That's not part of your 2-hour income producing activities. So focus on your own journey and start sharing what you're excited about. You know, let people in. Let people in. I have self-sabotaged so many times over the last 7 years, but I've had so much growth. I'm letting people in and just sharing the mess. And with YouTube, it's gone to a new level, but we've already had a partnership deal. We're getting a new van. Like, the opportunities that are coming for us because we are showing up, because we're letting people in and we're doing our thing. It is amazing what will come your way. People are so inspired by other people's growth. So if they watch you and your friends are all staying the same, and then they see you, and I talk about network marketing, anyone that comes onto my team that I bring on, it's a 4-year apprenticeship. You're going to suck. And I'm going to share with you, when I first started nursing, and I was an enrolled nurse before I was a registered nurse, my very first suppository, you're not going to believe this, but I put it in the wrong hole. I was like 20. That was traumatic. But you know what? I went on, I did my registered nursing, and then I went all the way to a nurse manager, and I could look after the sickest person in the hospital. So I sucked at first. And you know how I said, I've never naturally been good at anything. Nursing was no different. Everything. I played soccer for Australia. My mum used to get embarrassed when I was 6 and I would play. I was so bad. But you can't beat someone who won't quit. And if you have a good work ethic, hard work is all I've ever known. Now I work smart, focused, and intentional. It's amazing the mountains that you can move. But yeah, anyway, just finish that story off. The second one, right hole, boom, never did it again. Could tell you some amazing stories. Okay, sharing your story and what we do. This can apply to every area of your life. People don't want to know how amazing things are until they know what your struggle and your pain and your shit is. It's just human nature. We have tall poppy syndrome in Australia, so it's a little bit worse. But here's a really simple acronym: PLOT. Pain, lesson, outcome, triumph. Here is a really simple example. So I struggled with energy. I was always tired. I wasn't in a good place mentally. I wasn't nourishing my body. I started on my new product. I didn't think it would make any difference. Then my friend introduced me to a product. I'm now sleeping amazing and I have more energy than I've had in years. Very basic example, but you can see you could do that with income. You can do that with anything, and literally anyone can follow that framework. Now, this is a novel. Pam, I know that you said you don't love these long posts, but I think I got 6 customers from this post. This is my mum's story. Now, if you have a Facebook group and you haven't shared your own testimonial, or you haven't shared someone in your team's testimonial, you need someone, a family member, you need to go and share it, because all the people that you've added into your group, it makes every other transformation in there real once they see this. And basically, I've got a bit of product in here. I've got the opportunity. And because of network marketing, my mum's been able to retire. We pay her a full-time income. So that was another reason why I wanted to do this. Now, it went on my mum's page. I tagged my dad. He didn't approve it. I tagged my brother too. They didn't approve it, but I tried to infiltrate their network as well. And if you want me to do an in-depth Instagram training, that is something I could do probably alongside Emma Savage, because we do a lot of that together with hashtags, because the reach on Instagram is massive that you can do, but it's a complete different strategy to Facebook. And I'm talking about Facebook because most people are on there. So that's a story. Nice photo, visually appealing, but a lot of people are now on the products because of that. And, you know, if you go to my page, I think I posted on April 21 and have a read. There's so much intrigue, but I don't tell you what it is. You got to come and ask me if you want to know. Okay. And it's not always what you say, but how you say it. So get out of your head. It's never about you. And if you're worried about posting or what someone might think or say or whatever, you got this all wrong. This is how we can help people. It's never about us. And if you remove yourself and detach from the outcome, you'll have so much more impact and be able to help so many more people, and you'll feel so much more fulfilled. It's about how we can help them, how we can solve the problem. The other thing is, I bet half of you, probably more, are cutting the vision in half. You have so many customers that don't even know they can make money on this by referring and helping their family and friends. You're cutting the vision in half. That's a training for another day. I will not get on that bandwagon because I do not have much time left. Okay, Facebook groups in cold market. You need all your teams to watch this. This is the golden nugget. Oh my God, it says finging people. I can't even spell, so don't beat yourself up. That should be finding people. Anyway, hot mess. All right, some tips. Now, I'm going to share this with you. You can't go and spam. You have to have integrity and you have to do this properly or you ruin it for us all. If you aren't sure, reach out to one of your leaders or your uplines and they will help you. But first, before I get in and give you like the best thing since sliced bread on social media, it's also how I had 30 contacts in 15 minutes. Diagnosing before you prescribe. What rookies do is someone will go, oh, I need energy, or oh, I want to try your product. Oh, bang, here's the link, order. No, you've got to find out all their shit first. You got to find out all of it. So people, we have a quite in-depth conversation before I'll even give them my link. So, you know, it might be energy, but what else is going on? They will have more stuff going on. Do they not have enough time? Most people that have time don't have money. Most people with money don't have time. So you need to ask, like, it's like being a detective or diagnosing before you prescribe. So not enough time, money, you know, all of these objections that people can have that you might have to address. So always get in the head of the person that you're speaking to and put yourself in their shoes, and it will really help you. Now, you might get lucky and people add you. So there's just some ideas. I'm not going to go into it because I'm running out of time, but basically get to know them. All right. Let me know in the comments, is this valuable or am I just raving on? Anyway, okay, so the most simple way to find and attract people is Facebook groups. There is billions, or if not, definitely millions of people right now, every moment of every day, all around the world in Facebook groups hanging out. Some of them even asking for medical advice from randoms in a Facebook group. It's very interesting what people will take word of mouth over professionals these days. So you want to collect friends everywhere you go, be a giver and adding value. So start conversations. And then the biggest, like, progress over perfection. All right. Okay. So let's get into the Facebook groups because this is the magic. So what are your hobbies, interests, passions, like conditions? You might have some things that you can connect with other people on. Family, what is something that you are interested in? So for me, like travel, mums, health, soccer, animals, sport, there's some things that I'm interested in. Like literally there's Facebook groups for everything. But for me, like the travel, I live on the road. I have so much content around that. I'm now a photographer. I just decided that, but you know, we're lucky we can buy really good gear and we're getting really good at taking photos and we visit some amazing locations. So for me, the travel space, we are killing it in that arena, connecting with so many people. Now on our Free to Explore travel page, they don't even know how we fund our trip. I have people, I don't put anything business related on there. I have people coming to me, how do you fund your trip? And so I funnel them through. I have a whole process for that. And I believe it is why it is doing so well, because people just are inspired by it and they come to us because they're getting to know us. We show up. It is amazing. Okay, so if you don't know what groups to use, write down 5 things that you love. If you go onto Facebook, you can literally search and go and have a look for a group that's interactive. Now, how do you find out what group's interactive? Go in, have a look, and literally, is there people commenting? Is there people engaging? If they're not, I'm out of there. I go find a group that is engaging. Now, we have some people in our team who've set up their own groups. And one of them, she's getting like 3 to 4 shares a month. It's like find a friend, help a friend. I don't know, but she's one of the most beautiful humans on the planet. She's got her own group. She goes and meets these ladies for coffee and she's absolutely killing it. And our whole team, what we focus on is literally the goal for everyone is to get 1 share per month. And if you instill that in your team culture and you are getting 1 share per month, mine is I have to get 2 per month. And I have done a minimum of that every single month since I've joined. Your business will not stop growing. That is like, it is the smartest strategy incentive ever that I have seen, because people can be recognized every month. They're getting paid and it is rewarding the right behaviors, and it's doable by anyone. I don't care. We got a lady with 14 kids and she gets 3 to 4 shares a month. So your excuses won't fly. All right. So intrigue in the groups. Don't be spammy. Don't put your link. You'll get kicked out, trolled, people telling you you're selling snake oil. They'll say all sorts of things. So you got to be street smart with it. You want to like chat, connect, build a relationship. Don't just go randomly adding people if you're not chatting with them. They're very aware of network marketers, and this is what we all do. So you need to be smart about it. Have a genuine connection with the person. And there's always people asking questions about stuff, and then just go in there and answer and ask them more questions, and then they chat. I have people tell me their whole life stories. Don't argue with noobs. Every now and again I do, I'll be honest, because I'm just like, no, someone needs to actually tell them today, but most of the time it's not worth it. Keep scrolling, be street smart, have your integrity, relationships first, and know that if you just want to connect, you don't have to be straight in the inbox selling them. If you get them as a friend and then you're showing up every day with your posts and you're doing your consistent stories and letting people in, they're going to get to know you. I guarantee in time they will come to you. And you know, as you're having a conversation, if you're asking lots of questions and you're genuinely interested about them and what they're doing, they will ask you, what do you do? Or you know, I saw a lady, one of my friends, she's very influential, she's on the products at the moment, she lives in the UK, and she said how she's had a bung knee and something, and for her, I just inboxed, I said, oh, you need to get on this stuff I'm taking. And I literally just linked her in, I ITT'd, boom, vitality stack, and she's about 2.5 months in. And she is going to tell everyone. She doesn't know it yet, but I know that. But I'm going at her pace. Okay, this is literally how I got 30 new contacts with 2 comments, and it took me about 15 minutes. Okay, so this is what the lady wrote. Anyone else suffered hair loss, thinning as a result of stress? Any tips, please? Okay, this was another one. My son had his first shot. This is in an vaccination group. A lot of fun in there. It's very interesting. Anyway, and she was talking about his mental health. So this is literally what I did. And I did the same thing, but different wording in the other group. So if you are struggling with energy or mood, anxiety, there's people having amazing results, worth a look. It's helped myself and my family too. And then I tell them to put my name or they will not be approved. So I can trace them, or whoever your admin team can link back. So simple. 30 people, and that was 15 minutes that I'm now friends with. Okay, so what do I do after they do that? So when they request the group, and don't come request our group, you don't need, like, just do this in your own space. Literally, I send them a DM and a friend request, and I have a copy paste message that I send to them that basically says, hi, thanks for requesting. And then whatever was relevant for them. And I just fill in the blanks. I'm happy to share in the comments what that group is. Now I get ghosted a lot, and I want to encourage you to take on like my, she was 8 at the time. There was kids that couldn't come to her birthday. She didn't even cry. She didn't even care. She just had fun with the 18 kids that did come. So be like Maisie, detach from the outcome. People will ghost you. People ignore you. Cold market. is brutal. So you want to be a good resource for the people, and you want to be the librarian, not the library, because it duplicates. And the happiest and most confident network marketers master the basics. So growing the community, using ITT, and doing what you want your teams to do. Be ruthless and disciplined with personal production while supporting your people to be and do the same. Okay. So the other thing I want to tell you, cold market is brutal. It takes time, but if you have an engaged community where you share all of your stories, and you're adding value and educating in there, these people will buy in the next 3 to 12 months. I look online at shit all the time and I don't buy it straight away, but if it keeps coming up, like that retargeting, it comes up, it's in my email, it's only a matter of time till I buy it. And I bought a new phone case the other day, perfect example of that. You will be ghosted, you will be ignored, you will be told that you sell snake oil, you're preying on people. I feel sorry for the people that say this stuff. I love them, I don't react, I don't get sad. It's a reflection of them, not me. If you do it with integrity, think about how would you feel. You know, if it doesn't sit right with you, if you're not sure, ask someone else for their feedback. And for me, at the end of the day, I know how this can help people in so many different ways. So I'm very detached from what other people say. This is something that, just some home truths, I shared with my team the other week when I did part of this training. If you're feeling stuck, you're not a tree, move, reach out to your mentors, support, corporate team for help. And the biggest thing, invest in yourself. You need to grow in. This is a skill set. You need to grow into who you need to become to grow this. Don't expect someone else to do your push-ups. If you actually want this, it takes work, consistency, face plants, you know, but the greatest gift is who you become in the process. You know, if you reach out for help and your mentor tells you what to do it. Don't reach out. There's nothing worse than people come and ask for help and then you help them and then they don't do it. Stay in your value zone always, and you've got to get out of your comfort zone. And the other thing a lot of people don't realize, they think the journey is going to be like this, but at some points we're all going to go through the valley of death. I've been through it so many times, but each time I come out the other side a better version of myself, wiser, stronger, and learn more lessons. But this is what it's going to be like, the highest of highs and the lowest of lows and everything in between. But without going through those valleys and having those moments where we have to question everything. And I nearly walked away from network marketing completely. And I think about the impact. I get goosebumps as I say that. I think about the impact that we've had, you know, even just in the last 4 months. If I had have walked away and I didn't have courage, like, oh my God. And a lot of you, this is your only company. You don't even realize how good you've got it, how simple it is, how this comp plan is designed for the average person to be able to win at whatever extent they want. You are so blessed and you've fallen in the right spot, straight up. But if you don't go through these moments of growth and like questioning everything, how are you ever going to grow and then enjoy those moments of complete joy when you do win and, you know, make yourself proud? Now, this is what we literally do with all our team. 15 minutes pockets of times a day. You need to find 4 to 8 most days. Use Google Calendar, schedule your time. With those 15-minute blocks, do 15 minutes of connecting, inviting. Then the next 15 minutes you follow up. If you can find 8 per day and you do that consistently over 4 years and you invest in yourself and you grow your mindset, you will earn 6 figures in this. We also have check-in Tuesday, follow-up Friday. I would encourage you to make this part of your team's culture. So check-in Tuesday, we check in with all the people that are on the products. Are you remembering to take them? How are you feeling? We tell everyone 1 month per decade. I'm sure you already know that, but we also say you may or may not feel a difference. If you don't, you need to understand what this is doing to your insides. Literally, that layman's terms, that's what we say. Most people don't care about the science. They just want to know, will it help me? There's a small percentage that do, and we've got all that information there for them. But most people want to know, does it work? Will you help me? Can I do it? Literally, those 3 things are what people are thinking. And I tell people, even if you don't feel it, this is preventing all sorts. And then basically follow up Friday. Now, these people that you bring in, that you find in the cold market, the warm market, I even meet people on the road that I add in. I had one join on a gold pack yesterday that we met about 6 weeks ago down in South Australia. So who have you been chatting with? Just keep tagging them in relevant information until they tell you to stop. I'm the most helpful pest you will ever meet. Who have you already sent a link to that hasn't purchased? Follow it up with them. Have you tagged them? Tag them again. Check in, be a human, care about them, ask about their kids, family, life, travel, whatever it is. What group did you find them in? Their pet, whatever. Ask them about them. Keep following up. Get to know them. Be a helpful pest. Be the point of difference. Follow up and keep checking in. It is a long game. The work you do now, and I think I'm way over time, so I'm going to stop sharing. The work you do now, you will get the benefit for in 3 to 6 month time. If you can delay gratification, you will create all sorts of magic. And I will stop talking now. I hope you found value in this. If you did, tag your teams and go out there, be the best version of you and make a difference, make someone else's day better for just them encountering you. Breathe.
Good. Now breathe.
Take a breath.
Right, so I could keep going.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we could have sat back and listened to another hour or two because there was just so many, I like to call them golden nuggets there. But I don't know, everyone drop your number one takeaway in the chat, and Ange and Claire, or Ange, if you have a look at those and read a couple out. I'm just going to read a couple out that that I've written down from Martene, from some of your points. Content is king, consistency is queen. And I really love that, because my mantra is always the 2 keywords in network marketing is persistence and consistency. Will always get you through. So I really, really love that one. People are inspired by other people's growth. I love that. And, you know, it's not about doing it in a I'm awesome kind of way. It's just a matter of fact, like the way Martene was sharing, you were sharing then, you know, about your family and, you know, being able to freaking give your mum a full-time income is like, that gives me goosebumps. You know, I would have personally loved to have done that for my mother. I mean, to give her more freedom to enjoy grandchildren, and that is a beautiful gift that you've been able to do. Wow. And so, you know,
the best part about that is we got to take her about 3 years ago. We took her back to Manchester because she's a 10-pound pom for the first time in 41 years.
Oh my gosh,
wow.
that's
get out of her own way.
My family is the
So
same
good.
area. Same with my mum. Yeah, similar story. And those are the stories that just really move people. Like I'm moved now because it's like,
it's close to our hearts.
Yeah, I mean, we're both English parents, and you know, there's just so many people that it would be a lifetime dream to do something like that for their parents. So yeah, these stories, they move me and they move, you know, so many people. It's so powerful. So, okay, I think you're all right with those long stories like that. Was actually really good. I think more just not being like
we're trailer people. So a movie, like we both look at it and go, oh,
too long.
Yeah. But then when I read it, I loved it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess once again, then that's about the content being king. Yeah. Because the content was powerful enough that it kept one engaged to continue on with the story. So you can't beat someone who doesn't quit. I love that. I think that's been a mantra in my career. I know for you too, Claire. Yeah. Just keep going. You know, it's the old never quit. It just works. Can
I tell you what other people like online? Everybody's loving
Ange,
be a helpful pest. That one keeps coming up. Everybody loves being a helpful pest. That's a huge.
I think
one
all
is
three of
attach
us
myself from the
really
result and don't take things personally. So true.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So very, very true. Anything else there, Ange? I like don't argue with noobs, but in my head I was thinking don't argue with knobs.
Yes, I was thinking knobs
is
too.
Is that a polite way of saying knobs, Martene? I don't know. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's like my kids use it, like noobs. But that's knobs.
I love that.
Same thing.
I think that's great, because, you know, you're always going to get that person on social media that just says the dumbest thing, or, you know, or just, you know, puts the real damper on a really amazing conversation, and it's just not participating in it, I think, is the, you know, or arguing with people.
And the 3 key.
Which one was that?
The 3 key points you said: does it work? Will you help me? Can I do it? three simple questions.
Because that's, I mean, even when we talk to people, when we're traveling and things, and they just say, I'm just not sure how, someone like me could build a business like this, and so they're the questions that we need to be prepared to answer. Absolutely. Progress over perfection every time. I love that you had a spelling error in that. Every time we have a Zoom meeting or a presentation with them,
singing someone,
we're like so happy because it just makes you understand that we're not here for perfection, and a lot of the time
that's why we have Claire. That's why we have Claire in our group of trio.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the time we just don't get it right. You know what? It's actually okay, because people then can see, they're stuffing up a little bit. I can obviously do this too, because there's going to be a lot of grace and forgiveness
Be
around.
a finger, not a noob.
I don't know about the fingering bit. That was that was hilarious. So I think that's it from my notes. I'll stay in your value zone. I love that as well.
That was my favorite, and that's come up a lot too. Get out of your comfort zone, but stay in your value zone. And that's so
cool. I think that was really powerful. So look, there was just so much to take away. I know that Martene, you mentioned an Instagram training, and we'd really love to partner with you on that over the coming month or two. And if people are interested, drop a yes in a chat. We'll definitely make this a training where we're going to put a number around the amount of participants there to create some urgency around the training. So if you want to be at this training, you're going to have to let us know in advance, and we're going to book the numbers in for this training. So that'll be Instagram training. We know that that's the second most popular platform, Martene. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the hashtagging. Sorry, go ahead.
It's massive. There's billions of people on most of the platforms, but the strategy is a little different for each. But I would say if you're like not confident, just find one platform. If you go adding too many in, you're just going to get overwhelmed and do nothing. But like if you're on Facebook, get super consistent with that. Once you're like consistent and mastered that, because you can build, like I am so slack on Instagram. Like I barely engage, but Facebook groups is so easy. And anyone we find on any of I've got one lady who's doing TikToks on menopause and getting cold market customers on menopause on TikTok, and she funnels them through. She's like 50. So
that's so cool.
To learn that. So it's literally pick your platform, but just do it in your lane, relentless consistency. And it's that whatever platform it is, but the strategy for each platform is different.
Absolutely. So we're really excited to partner with you to get some training on that as well. This today has just been absolutely brilliant. Unless there's any more comments, let me see. People just wanting more training. Yes. Martene, thank you so much for being with us today. We're absolutely enjoying partnering with you, and it's just a privilege to partner with someone of the likes of your caliber. And we're just very proud to have you be a member of the LifeVantage family. So thank you. Enjoy your day. And team, we'll be hearing from Martene again soon. No pressure, but we're going to put pressure on. So thank you for being with us.
Give me a mum.
Absolutely. I know you got a lot going on.
Got to help a mum.
Watch this space, guys. And thank you again.
Thanks.
And
Marnie.
So, team, before we go over, we've got a success story to close our training this morning. I just wanted to give a shout out to one of our favorite LifeVantage family, who I think is on the call today. Jill, are you there?
Drop it in the chat. Maybe can we promote her?
Can you promote her, Ange? I don't know if she's prepared because she's got young kids on a Saturday morning.
We're just throwing her into the,
we
like throwing her
into the lion's
spot.
pit. Let's see if she's
talking about me.
She's coming on.
Jill.
Oh, sorry,
Jillian. So Jules.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Jill. Have a great day with your family.
Nothing like throwing you in the deep end. And thanks for listening while you're driving.
I pulled over.
Hi,
I
guys.
pulled over.
She's like, what are they going to put me into? Have an awesome
Have a
day,
great
Jill.
day, Jill.
We'll see you
Lots
soon.
of love. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Sorry.
And over to you, Claire.
Okay, we have the incredible lady on the call, Jules Wilkes, and wow, watch this lady, seriously. She has burned in the share pools, dipping in that pool multiple times last month. 3 shares she got, and every month she is just enrolling like a super duper queen. So I want everyone to meet the incredible Jules Wilkes. Over to you. I would love to hear your story and share a little bit about where you're from, what brought you to LifeVantage, and where you want to take this business. So welcome.
Thanks, ladies. Oh my goodness, following Martene, that's a bit scary. So she's great at public speaking. I'm really nervous. So I'm quite glad I can't see anybody on this call, so that's really nice. So I joined LifeVantage in August of last year, and I was just so excited to come on. And I was really busy. I've got 3 small children, and I didn't know how I was going to fit it in. I was working, but I got introduced to the product and I just loved it, and started giving it to my son. A lot of you will have seen his story, and it's just made such a huge difference to him. And then when we were contemplating whether or not to put him on medication for his ADHD and autism, there was nothing natural that I could find. And I love now that I can promote the product to other parents who are also looking, and I've got so many parents that I've now got a really good relationship with because they were wanting to find something natural for their children as well. So I've got quite a few customers from that. And no, I've just taken it and run with it. So I decided at the start of this year, my contract was finished with my last position in December. So I thought this year I'm just all in. I'm going to go, and I'm not going to have any more jobs, and I'm going to do this full time. And I just jumped in, and I've never known an industry like it. I've never known people that I've met like it. Every day I'm astounded by the beauty of the people in my team and the support from corporate, and it's just been so good. And I'm so excited about getting to meet you guys next week. And yeah, so goodness, I took so much from Martene. I've got like so much scribbled notes everywhere. So I can't wait to get out and start applying all of that. So I do really need to, I know that my biggest downfall is worrying too much about what people think. So I need to get over that as well, and try not to take things too personally, because I know I do that. I get quite upset when people call me names online. But yeah, ultimately it's just the product that I really believe in, and I know, and I've seen the magic that it's doing. And I think every day how many people I've helped. Even just in the last month, I signed up 23 people, and I keep in contact with them, and I get lots of messages back saying, I'm feeling so much better. It's only the first month, and I love that. And that's what I wanted to do ultimately, is just to help other people. And but so I think my main focus this month is going to be on trying to build my team. So I have been focusing quite a lot on the products. And yeah, so I've got a few people who I've been getting quite a good relationship with, who I think will be interested in coming on board. So that would be really nice. So getting lots of conversations going, and just connecting with people, really. What else did I have to say? Oh yes, so we also, it's funny with our team talking about the comments that she's had in terms of bringing people into her group. So I've been doing that as well, and it's been great, because I think, when initially someone had said, we're not here to sell a product, we're here to sell a solution. And people, I find it goes over their head a lot, talking about oxidative stress and glutathione and superoxide dismutase, and it's something that really interests me. Like, I spend night time reading them in medical journals, but I know it doesn't for a lot of other people. And I think they just want to see real stories of real people, and that's what I think our information group and our testimonial group is doing. So you get to see actually what it's, how it's helping people and who it's helping. So for me, that's really good. And I've got lots of personal goals and targets that I want to try and achieve in the next couple of months. I've put out a new promotion to bring people into our group with a little yellow activator Facebook frame. And so that seems to be working quite well, just thinking we can get our customers working for us. And yeah, so one of the targets, trying to get to Wonderlust. Here's my t-shirt. Found it at the op shop. Love it. I had to buy it. So I'm summoning the universe to help me get there. That's all I've got to say.
Oh, I love it. We need to get one of those t-shirts as well, because I love pink and purple. It's
meant to be. There's a sign.
I wear it every day.
Yes, and you are definitely coming, Jules, because you are right on track. So we know that you're going to come, and as we promised the other day, we'll shout you those 3 cocktails for your 3 shares. So, or mocktails, whatever you like. But thank you so much. Yeah, oh, absolutely. We are there. Each one of us will be holding one ready to hand you out.
Quick, Jules is here. Get ready.
As soon as you get off the plane, there you go. There it will be. But thank you so very much for sharing. We are just loving your story and what it has done for yourself and family and everyone else that you bring on board. We know how passionate you are about the product and the business. And it's a true reflection of what you are doing with getting into the pool shares and sharing with as many people. I mean, your name just pops up all the time, and just in every report, it's like Jules. So we know you're enrolling and sharing this incredible product to so many people. And we know that you'll be going to Wonderlust, and we can't wait to see you next week in person. Pamela and I are just, we were only talking about it yesterday, being on the plane when we were both flying to Melbourne separately and at the airport, and we just went, wow, this time next week we're going to New Zealand. So looking forward to meeting you in person. But thank you so much for sharing. Where do you want to take this business? What is your end goal?
My end goal is PRO8, and
fantastic.
I'll reassess.
Good place to end.
Yeah. Well, not end, but that is.
I'll reassess when I get to PRO8. But no, I found a post recently, and it just said, I'm going to do it, end of story. And I'm going to get there. It's just taking those steps up there, and I seem to be going along quite happy with how things are going. And I just love it. I love everything about it. So it's great.
Yeah. It's fantastic. So congratulations.
Well, and thank you so much, Jules, for being on this morning. Thank you to everyone who's joined our call. Thanks to the corporate team as well. Enjoy your Saturday. Go out and live life to the max, because today is the only day we ever have.
And happy birthday, Jill, again.
Happy birthday, Jill.
Thanks, everyone.
Martene, Wallace.
Thanks, Jules. Have a great day.
Jules. Have a great day, everyone.